IBF, WBO, WBA, IBO World Champion Anthony Joshua has come under fire from Gerald Miller and Dylan White, saying that he is a drugs cheat. He is the Lance Armstrong of boxing. These comments have come from Dylan White, and also Gerald Miller has weighed in, saying that he thinks Anthony Joshua is a drugs cheat. Yet Anthony Joshua passes medical tests, drugs tests each week. He says he has tests each week, and he has passed them. He has not been flagged for any performance-enhancing drugs. Plus, he has been training since he was 18 in boxing. He also done some weights before that. If you go back and watch his interviews, he says he started training when he was 18 in boxing, but he done weights before that. He's 29 years old now, going on 30. So he's been training for 11 years in boxing, doing intense trainings. So if you imagine how advanced your body would be if you trained for 11 years straight and that was your full-time job. Your full-time job is training to become an athlete, to be as strong as you possibly can and get in the ring and knock other fighters out. You imagine how advanced your body would be if you trained like that for 11 years. Because obviously the human body can gain a certain amount of muscle in a certain amount of time. So over a course of 11 years, how much muscle can your body gain? Well, essentially you can gain probably, to start with, 10 pounds of muscle a year. That obviously decreases over time, so maybe by the end, 4 pounds of muscle a year. Because obviously the body can only grow at a certain rate, and that rate slows down over time as you become more advanced and more advanced lifting weights and training in cardio. So obviously it will slow down at some point. So he is at 17.5 stone, and there's not really that much body fat on him if there is any at all. Now you may ask, how can he maintain such a physical stature? Well, as I said, he is training all the time. Even after a fight he goes back to training. He takes over until he has to go into training camp again. He never really leaves the gym, and that is why he stays in great shape, and why he is always around 17.5 stone, looking lean. As I said, he is training full time. That is his full-time job. So he can put in the hours, and his training is very scientific. Plus, when you're in the gym training, lifting weights or doing whatever, it doesn't matter what weight you can lift. Obviously, if you're a powerlifter or something like that, then yes, it does, because that's your competition. But in boxing, or if you're trying to grow your muscles, it doesn't matter what weight you lift, it's how you lift it. For instance, if you're doing a tricep kickback with say 20 kilo dumbbells, yeah, that's impressive. But if you do 5 kilo dumbbells and put a pause at the top and maybe a twist and slow the movement down, that puts more strain on the muscle and gets a proper contraction and for a longer period of time, meaning your body has to recruit more muscle fibers in order to deal with it, because it has to grow in order to deal with that better next time. That's what your body is. It's an efficiency system. It will find the most efficient way to survive. And obviously, if you're forcing it to grow stronger, fitter, faster, then it will do that. That's the only thing it can do to survive. So Anthony Joshua's training is obviously boxing based. That is what he does. He's a boxer, and his training reflects that. He does a lot of swimming, some running, he does a lot of weights also, and a lot of sparring. Performance enhancing drugs would not change the way Anthony Joshua looks, purely because if you look at Tony Thompson, he fought David Price and knocked him out twice. He failed drugs test after, but he looked very fleshy. He didn't look good aesthetically, but still, he was taking drugs and he was able to recover quicker and come back and beat David Price. So Anthony Joshua would be better in his fights. And he did gas against Vladimir Klitschko, and he has struggled with stamina at some points in his fights. So if he was on performance enhancing drugs, he would recover a lot quicker. You look how he had to play possum and go into his shell against Vladimir Klitschko. For a round, he took 2 or 3 rounds off in that fight. If he was on performance enhancing drugs, he would have been able to come straight back and fight fire with fire. And if he was on any kind of steroids to make him look better, then he wouldn't look the way he does. He would look a lot more chiseled. You look how professional bodybuilders look. You can see how unnatural they look. Obviously they put in a lot of work, but taking the steroids makes them and gives them this unnatural looking physique. I don't really know why Anthony Joshua would take any steroids to make him look better. It's not going to help him fight. And as I said, he's not taking steroids to help him fight because he does gas in fights, and he wouldn't gas like he did against Vladimir Klitschko if he was on performance enhancing drugs. He just wouldn't. He would be able to come straight back and fight fire with fire. As I said, he wouldn't have gassed like he did. And as I said, if you're training full-time, that is your full-time job, then your physique is going to be pretty advanced after 11 years of doing it, because that is his job. Plus, he is constantly forcing his body to maintain a low % body fat and a high lean muscle mass percentage. Because as I said, your body is an efficiency system. It will find the most easy way to survive. And if you are putting your body under that amount of stress, which fighters do in training camps, then it forces the body to maintain a lean muscle mass and a low body fat percentage. Your body has to do that to survive. Guys, what are your thoughts on this, these steroid accusations? Please drop your thoughts in the comments below. Please like the video and subscribe for more content. Thank you guys.